Makatanggap na naman kayo ng envelope.
Makatanggap na naman kayo ng envelope.
Sir,
Paano po kayo magsisertify ng isang dokumento na complete and proper nang hindi nyo nakita?
Pero we also have to be cognizant of the 62 million pesos that is already in question na merong deficiencies.
Ako na po ay magmo-motion to issue a contempt order on them. Those envelopes you received were a form of pressure on your part to sign. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, based on the documents from our confidential team, the liquidation report that was signed by Ms. Catalan, certified supporting documents complete and proper, as the accounting unit. But then, if looking at the joint circular, it's stated there that the liquidation report in Annex E should be signed by the SDO, the accounting unit, or the SDO, meaning SDO Special Disbursing Officer who was given the cash advance of the confidential fund, the Special Disbursing Officer. So if she was not the SDO,
Ano po yung sinisertify ng accountant?
when she signed the liquidation report of the 37.5,
Certifying that.
the supporting documents complete and proper.
So paano po ninyo sasabihin na complete kung hindi naman niya nakita? Could you please clarify us? Paano niya sasabihin na complete ang isang dokumento kung hindi naman niya nakita yung loob?
Ms.
Parang
Catalan,
hindi po yata match.
Your Honor, it has to be Ms. Catalan who will answer such.
Ma'am, how can you certify something as complete and proper if you did not verify what is the content of the documents?
Sir, it is a standard procedure that every liquidation document should be covered by a signed
No, but
liquidation.
that is common sense eh.
Yes, sir. But
Paano po kayo magse-certify ng isang dokumento na complete and proper nang hindi nyo nakita? Hindi po ba kayo nagtaka na nagse-certify kayo ng isang dokumento na complete and proper pero hindi nyo naman nakikita yung laman ng loob?
unfortunately, that was the case, sir.
Did you bother to ask the legal department or the COA na bakit kailangan dumaan pa po sa inyo? Bakit nyo kailangan i-certify ang isang bagay nang hindi ninyo ini-inspeksyon o tinitingnan?
It was one of the requirements, sir, and I was made to sign that document, unfortunately.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, please
follow-up
continue.
lang po. Mr. Chair, kanina lang po, I was thinking about the response of COA to one of the questions pertaining to the welfare goods. Kasi po, you mentioned in the AOM that was issued for the welfare goods, the main deficiency that was found there was a lack of a distribution list. May you please confirm that, Mr. Chair, on the part of COA?
I-broaden ko lang po na ang deficiencies is pertaining to the gaps on the existing guidelines on the distribution of welfare goods po, not on the distribution list per se.
Mr. Chair, may we please ask COA to enlighten us, what does it mean to be non-compliant with the guidelines with regards to distributions? Because it's, for me, it's a little bit alarming. Say, if there are two different things. If you talk about non-compliance with distribution guidelines, you can either be talking about non-compliance with internal controls, which you mentioned are receipts, distribution lists, etc. But on the other hand, there could also be deficiencies around supplying names of actual beneficiaries, in which case it is no longer an internal control issue, but rather a utilization issue, an accountability issue. So I just wanted, Mr. Chair, for COA to enlighten us kung ano po yung deficiencies nila when they say it's non-compliance with distribution policies, Mr. Chair.
If I may allowed po to read na lang po yung nasa preparation of
Mr. Chair,
financial...
mahaba pa ba yan? You can just submit that to us.
Medyo mahaba po, Mr.
Sige,
Chair.
Mr. Chair, I already caught what I wanted to hear actually, and which I actually hope not to hear, and which I actually hope not to hear, which was hindi nag-request yung agency ng documentation with regard to distribution. Tama po ba? Kasi ang ibig sabihin po nun, walang patunay na na-distribute po yung mga welfare goods. Yun po yung pagkakaintindi ko doon po sa sinabi nyo.
Bali po dun sa, Mr. Chair, yung pong guidelines po sa existing guidelines po nila, hindi po nakalagay doon na kailangan isubmit itong mga documents na to. So where in fact, kaya po namin nire-recommend na kailangan po i-include o i-improve po yung guidelines na i-include ito sa isasubmit sa amin to suffice po yung distribution of welfare goods.
So, Mr. Chair, ibig sabihin po ba nito, yung 176 million pesos na goods, welfare goods, mga relief goods, wala pong documentation kung sino ang nakatanggap at kung may nakatanggap ba talaga nitong mga distributed goods na ito?
Mr. Chair, hindi po lahat yung 176. That's the amount recorded expenses for welfare goods. But then there is some amounts po doon na may mga kulang or may mga deficiencies in documents. But then the rest mostly have distribution list po. So itong mga na-mention po namin dito sa report, nakalagay po dito is some, hindi po lahat ng 176. Because we
Mr.
also to manifest na hindi po kami 100% audit. So we audit on a sampling basis. So as much as we want to audit all of this, since mayroon kaming lack of manpower, so or due to the time constraint din po, because for the information of everybody, we just assume the office po but last March 2024. So we have from March 2024 to up to May para po i-audit yung mga transactions ni ODP.
Pero Mr. Chair, ang pagkakaintindi ko po sa audit you do random audits to check if there are certain areas or categories that need to be, that have deficiencies. And once you catch a deficiency, magde-deep dive ka dun sa area na yun eh. So halimbawa, 176 million pesos yung pinag-uusapan natin sa welfare goods. May nakita na kayong findings na may deficiencies. Nag-random sampling pa lang din kayo. Hindi nyo tinitignan na sa 176 million na to, ilan dito yung may deficiency? Medyo malaking amount po to, Mr. Chair. Kaya I'm pressing COA on this. Kasi paano po kung halimbawa, out of the 176 million, sabihin nyo na sabihin natin less than 50%, that's still 70 million pesos, which is a substantial amount. Kaya po nagpe-press ako na sana po, wag nyo lang sabihin na merong some deficiencies, na some lang yung hindi nyo alam kung may nakatanggap ba. Kasi medyo malaki po itong halagang pinag-uusapan natin, Mr. Chair. Kailangan nating siguraduhin na yung welfare goods na ito ay nakadating sa mga tao, may nakatanggap. Kaya pag sinabi niyo po sa amin na walang patunay na may nakatanggap, medyo nakaka-alarma po sa amin to, Mr. Chair.
If I may clarify po, ang
Please
sinasabi po
clarify.
nung audit po namin or audit result, there is a deficiencies on the existing guidelines. So may mga lapses po or weaknesses na kailangan pong i-address. So dun sa 176...
Sandali lang po may deficiency sa guidelines at isa sa mga deficiencies ay hindi nagre-require yung agency ng documentation. In effect, as a result, may mga distribution na walang documentation. Kaya po, ang bottom line dito, Mr. Chair, may mga distribution na walang patunay.
Kung titingnan po natin sa report po, may mga transactions or distributions na wala pong distribution list.
Ilan
But
po
then
yun?
not the 176 million as a whole.
Naiintindihan ko po yun. Paulit-ulit po tayo. Naiintindihan ko na hindi yung buong 176 million yung walang documentation. Pero ilan pong porsyento ng 176 million ang walang patunay? Kasi po sabihin natin, kahit 25% na lang yung pag-usapan natin, malaki pa din yun.
For the documentation or incomplete documentation, we have part of the audit report po yung nandito. First is yung na-mention po nung last time na hearing na pinresent po ni Congressman Luistro, wherein may mga lacking documents po. For example, yung post-activity report, acknowledgement receipt. Wherein,
Meron po ba, sorry po, in the interest of time, magkano po? Pag isusuma total mo
So-
lahat ng mga may deficiencies.
So, nasa...
62,208.
Mayroon pong 62 million, may 218,000, 460, 434,000, and 557. But then as to the post-activity report, the head of the agency or the management of the OBP has submitted their comment that these documents were attached on the liquidation of the cash advances ng mga satellite offices. Hindi lang po na-i-attach doon sa liquidation or doon sa distribution ng welfare goods. So, as of now po, kaya po nilagay namin or sinasabi po namin na nandun pa rin naman po yung as to validation, na-validate din po namin yung doon sa mga nandun sa other attachments. Hindi lang po siya na-attach. So that's why one of the recommendation po doon sa AOM po namin is to revisit yung existing guidelines and then mas paigtingin yung mga controls para po yung mga kulang-kulang na documents. Hindi kasi sinasabing kulang talaga o walang documents. May mga documents naman po for the distribution list. There's just a weaknesses on the controls or lapses on the submitted documents po sa amin.
Mr. Chair, ganito po, I recognize COA's effort to address the gaps in the guidelines. Pero we also have to be cognizant of the 62 million pesos that is already in question na merong deficiencies. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask COA, by the next hearing po, to please give us a definitive answer. How much of the 62 million has been cleared up doon po sa mga attachments? Kasi baka naman majority pa din, hindi pa din accounted for.
Then for information din po, Mr. Chair, yung sa 62 million, ang lacking documents po is post-activity report, which is a secondary documents lang po. But then yung mga distribution list po niya, mayroon po yun, ma'am. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, siguro po kailangan natin po ng copy ng liquidation report. Lalo na po dito sa welfare goods na ito. Actually, supplies and expenses supplies and materials expenses. Kasi yun po yung, I believe, roughly 40% of the whole OVP budget, if I'm not mistaken. Kasi po 400 million for 2025 po yung proposal nila. So yun lang, Mr. Chair, we just want to make sure that there's a difference kasi between internal control deficiencies and utilization issues, liquidation issues. Kaya yun lang po, Mr. Chair. If I may request for those two documents, all the AOMs issued by COA for the regular funds of the Office of the Vice President for fiscal year 2022 and 2023. At saka po, ito pong mga liquidation, ito pong mga items in question with regards to the welfare goods, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, COA.
Mr. Chair,
Thank you. Yes, Congressman
if you
Abante.
remember, COA, we have asked that question before, no? Yung liquidation report na yan, di ba? So, ang request na lang namin siguro, paki-fast track dahil mamaya, makatanggap na naman kayo ng envelope.
Defensor, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to put to rest once and for all the issue of whether this is in aid of legislation. This is clearly in aid of legislation because ang pera na ginamit ng OVP at ng DepEd is funded and forms part of the single most important legislation passed by Congress every year, and that is the annual budget or the General Appropriations Act. Walang pwedeng magsabi na ang pondo na binibigay sa mga ahensya ng gobyerno kapag iniimbestigahan ng committee ito is not part of in aid of legislation, because we legislate the funds that we give to all agencies and instrumentalities of government, and it is for us to determine through our oversight and this committee whether we will fund it again, whether we will repeal it, or whether we will not no longer fund these programs through these confidential and intelligence funds. So I hope that is clear to every Filipino na in aid of legislation ito kasi part ito ng annual budget or General Appropriations Act taon-taon. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr.